Have you ever wondered what an eco-friendly tropical house would look like? Then get ready for an exciting journey on our Eco Island Park. Many of you voted on the community wall for the Komodo dragon to be added to our island, and I think they will be a perfect fit for this tropical house. Now the question is, what endangered and critically endangered animals you think will fit best in a tropical house like this next to the Komodo dragons? Let me know your animal suggestions in the comments down below. Hey everyone, my name is DeLadysigner, and today we're diving right back in our Eco Island Park, where in the previous episode we built this beautiful habitat for the Przewalski's horse, but I do feel like I really want to completely finish their habitat today and add a better education area somewhere around here as well. But before we start working on that, we really need to check on the Tasmanian devil, because the thing is, I actually totally forgot about the fact that Tasmanian devils will not become super old. So according to the Zoopedia, they can become around 6.5 years old. And if you look at Taz right over here, oh my gosh, that sound. But if you look at Taz right over here, he is like 6 years old and he's almost becoming an elderly. And how about Pip? Oh my goodness. You guys are so hilarious. Okay, so she is 5 years old, and according to her stud book, she is now 5 years old, so she is not going to die among us very soon. But yeah, we definitely need to keep an eye out for Taz, because Taz will probably die of old age in not a too long time from now, which is just super sad. So this is one of the last times we're probably going to see you. Who is this? Hi. Thank goodness we have these little ones in here. Oh wow, you are so adorable. So we have Tiggy right over here. And Tiggy is definitely not about to grow up. I do wonder, like, how fast do these little ones grow up? That will be 3 years from now. I was a little bit worried that they would grow up like super fast, but that is not the case. And now that we're looking at Tiggy, if we look at the genetics, which we're also going to focus on during this series to make sure that we have the best genetics as possible, she has a pretty good size, 67%, and longevity of 33%. And if we have a look at Angel, at your genetics, oh, your size is actually pretty tiny, and your longevity is 42%, so that's a little bit higher than Tiggy. But looking at these genetics, I have the feeling that we better keep Tiggy and make sure that we're going to continue breeding with Tiggy when she grows up. Oh my goodness, look at how amazing this is looking. The Amur leopard is actually just sleeping here on the other side of the fence. Isn't that fantastic? Oh my goodness. Yeah, talking about the fences, you guys did mention in the previous episode with the Przewalski's horses that when I was talking about the fact that keeping some distance in between the guests and the fences and the horses, and realistically also adding some chain link fences in the stables itself, because, well, these are not like horses you can ride on, so these are wild horses. So yeah, purely for some realism, I put down the chain link fences and stuff. But when I was editing the video, I did realize that the Amur leopard and the chain link fences were so not safety proof. So you guys were correct. We have to add some extra fences here to make sure that guests and especially kids are not going to stick their fingers through these fences, and an Amur leopard is being like, ha ha ha, that's my little afternoon snack or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely need to add a few safety fences right over here. Even though we don't have that much space, purely for realism, we just have to do this. And to make sure that the guests will not be walking through the fences or anything like that, we are going to add some barriers underneath the ground to make sure that the guests will stay behind the fences, because that looks a lot better in my opinion. Now, while these fences are not perfect, like they don't connect super well at some spots, I am super happy that we actually decided to go for this, but it is worrying me a little bit, because you can tell right over here that it is hurting the traversable area here of our guests where they are walking. The guests can still reach this, but it's becoming a lot more narrow now. I also really, you are the yes, Thais. You are the Amur Leopard educator, so I'm not entirely sure if you are still able to do that. You just finished your talk, so I'm not entirely sure if it is going to work and if he's going to stand right in front of the fences or behind here. We have to wait and see about that. But realistically, this is looking so much better already. So I really am happy that I did decide to change this now at the Amur Leopard habitat. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting, you guys. Lucky is actually so lucky that she is pregnant. She is expecting offspring in July, year 32. That is still a very long time from now, but that is because aging is super slow in our game and we just obviously don't want to miss out on anything like cute animations and stuff. Like the mating we did miss out on, unfortunately. Like I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but we are seeing the animation now. But I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but did you see that? But I don't know how it's with you guys, but every time that I see a message here like, oh yeah, they are about to mate, I always miss out on the animation. It's so frustrating that it's not like a few seconds before it or anything like that. But exciting times. We are actually expecting offspring in year 32, and hopefully Joy is also going to get some offspring in that year or maybe a year after that. That will be just so amazing. Now, if we quickly look at our keepers, you can really tell that Amy is just not able to keep up with all the horses. She, as the only keeper in here, has a super high workload and she is already trained to level 2. Since we have enough money, I am going to train all the keepers and I am going to hire one more keeper. And this is going to be Taisha. Welcome to our staff team. You will be working together with Amy at the Przewalski's horse habitat. Oh, poor Victoria. I haven't had a minute to myself all day. I should take a break soon. Oh my goodness, what have we done to her? Victoria has a super high workload, which is also due to the fact that Gemma is working only on doing research on the Tasmanian devils. So I'm obviously not going to change that, but we are going to hire another vet in here. So this is our new vet, Bruno. Welcome to our staff team. Oh my freaking goodness, what is going on here with our educators? Like apart from Heather and Thais, everyone is like just exhausted and almost everyone has like a super high workload here. What's going on? I think the best thing we can do is also make sure to train these guys. And I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel like maybe we should hire one more educator here, at least for the butterfly garden. Like the rest has their own animal talking point and the butterfly garden is like a combination of a few. So I can see why Kevin and Sarah are like super overworked in the butterfly garden, but the rest, no. You guys have to deal with training only. But we will have Nick in here to help you guys in the butterfly garden to hopefully spread the workload a little bit. I do not see you guys get overworked in here. Oh, I totally forgot to show this to you guys, but in the previous episode when we built the Przewalski's horse habitat, I actually did remove the fencing right over here and did hide a lot of the elephant grass underneath it and just made sure that this was all nicely decorated. We probably will still detail it a little bit more, but it now does feel like just one area right over here instead of like having the ugly fence. And it did move the gate all the way to this side right over here. So this is obviously an area that we still need to work on. There's a lot of elephant grass underneath here and there will be a lot of elephant grass underneath here because I just really love the natural look of it. How are our tortoises doing, by the way? We have Darwina. Oh, you're hungry? Oh, that's not good. I do hope that there is food right over here, but it is maybe a little bit too far away. There is fruit right behind you. Darwina, you should go there. Okay, wait, you know, it feels so sad how slow these guys are. So I'm just going to move you right over here to hopefully make sure that you're going to eat a little bit. Are you? Are you going here? Yes. Does look like it. She's so slow. So funny. You're so cute. Yes, okay, you are going to eat here. I feel just fantastic helping her with that. Look at that. Hungry just disappeared and we have a very happy female tortoise in here. These guests are really enjoying the Przewalski's horse here, and when I saw them looking into the habitat, I did realize their education. There are no education signs here whatsoever, so we do need to change that and add some education signs in here because there's absolutely nothing around these fences. Now, I'm using the big signs and hide them into the ground because they do have like this education purpose if you look at the heat map, but obviously this area does not have to go without any signs because these guests do want to get some education, so having some small education signs here is what I like to use the most. And underneath the ground, we are going to use the speakers, of course, to make sure that we are providing our guests with as much education as possible in this area. Oh, and now that we have that covered, I do want to check the education per species tab and see if anything changed. I think if I remember correctly, the lowest rating was like 3 or 4%, and you can tell already that the amount of contribution to guest overall education level did already go up, which is just super amazing. I absolutely love it that it's starting to become a lot more divided, and like apart from some exhibit animals, the rest is all above 10%, well, almost. The Przewalski's horse is now 9%, but I think that also is due to the fact that some of these guests are not educated fully yet, but that will definitely come because we now have more speakers here, so I think that's just a matter of time. I was looking at our sleepy Amur leopards in here, and I was really hoping that Shira would maybe be pregnant already. Oh my goodness, you kidding me? It is about to happen. Taz is going to die. Oh no, this is just horrible. Like, we are missing out on amazing animations, but hell, we're not missing out on any dying animations. Isn't that like the most saddest thing ever? He is 6.2 years old and he is dying earlier than the average age, which was 6.5 years old. Oh my goodness, that went so fast. This is so freaking sad. Oh no. Okay, wait. We first of all are going to call a vet, but we need a little memorial sign for him. So if we go to zoo, memorials, we can now create a little sign here, right? We do never want this animal to be removed, no. So there is a memorial plaque screen, there is one with limestone, and there is one with brass. I think we're just gonna go for this one. Select animal, create memorial. Yes, I think this one is good. Although it does say Shu and Paza, so that is like Planko language. Can we change the text of the others if you want to? So if we go for the sign brass, oh, it says Taz now. And what does the other one look like? Create. Oh, I actually didn't think I would like the limestone one, but now that I see it, I do like it. Where are we going to add the sign? Maybe right over here on the wall? Can we also change the color of it? Color editor. Oh, we can change the stone color to a green color. Yes, let's just do that. Oh my goodness, how sad is that? In loving memory of Tasmanian Devil Taz. Adult died of old age, which is a good thing, at 6.2 years old. Oh man, I'm just so sad about this. Oh my goodness. There you go. Oh, this is so horrible. So from super sad news, we go to some good news because Joy is also now expecting some offspring. So we are able to see a foal due to April year 33, which does make me a little bit more happy after losing Taz. Oh my goodness, that is just the saddest thing ever. I hate it when we're losing animals in the zoo now because we're really bonding with them and giving them names and stuff. It does feel so different from the past 4 years that I've been playing Planet Zoo. It's insane. Now, earlier during recordings, this path was super busy at some point, so I did realize that this path may be a little bit too thin for all the guests that want to walk to here or to like the Tasmanian Devil habitat. And then I thought maybe we should move these shops right over here to this little corner and have like maybe a seating area a little bit above the sea. And then we're also able to like decorate everything everything right over here, and also as well this area, because this looks just horrible. And I really want to do something about this solar panel because I just really do not like this right over here in the middle of the path, and no, it's just not really what I want. So this is the area that we're going to work on right now to make sure that this is all looking very nice. What do we have here? Wait, what? Okay, that was like a very short notice of an Amur leopard having a low welfare, so I guess it's all good. So starting off by moving the solar panel to the backside of the research center, I was actually trying several things first to see where I actually wanted to place it, like maybe at the entrance of the research center on the left or the right, but in the end I thought it would be cool to add it on the backside of the research center and extending like the floor and basically like the edge that is sticking out more, so it blends in super nicely with the building if you ask me. And to make it feel a little bit more realistic, I did create a glass door in the window that is leading towards this solar panel, just so the mechanics won't be just walking through the glass panel, and it definitely does look a lot more realistic like this. And then it was time to reorganize the staff area and move all the shops to this corner as well. So on one side we will have 2 Cosmic Cow milkshake shops and some hot dog squat shops. On the side of the shops there will be a toilet building, and then on the back side of the shops there will be a staff building, a keeper hut, electricity, and water treatment. And since we turned off the negative impact on this map, we don't really have to worry about guests complaining about these buildings, and I'm honestly just so happy with that. So there will be a path going all the way around the building, so the staff of the shops are also easily able to reach the staff buildings, and the 4-meter wide path that we're connecting the research center and the education center of the Tasmanian devil will be replaced by a 6-meter wide path to the point where the guests can enter the restaurant area. As it's pretty much a dead end going to the research and the education center, I think we will be fine with keeping a 4-meter wide path leading to these entrances from the restaurant. Now, it was a little bit of a struggle at first what kind of path texture and fencing I wanted to have, but in the end I chose for a more natural path and decided later on to delete the standard fencing and create a little bit more of a modern fencing with the conservation pack pieces. Now, the style of the building will be very much in the same style as the research and education center because I feel like that just fits best in this area. So we will go for a more modern look with the stained walls of the conservation pack, and the roof will be flat and sticking out a bit just like the building at the Tasmanian devil habitat. And later on I will be adding like these green plants on the roof and also like the mini solar panel for that extra part of realism. Now we will close off the walls a little bit on the side of the toilet building so it will blend in a little bit better with the whole building. And then on the left side of the toilets we will have 2 ATMs and then a little rope piece with a little sign to show the guests that they're not allowed to go backstage. Now these guests are really cheeky, so I really had to add a barrier underneath it later on because these guests were constantly walking over my barriers. They are so naughty. So as this building doesn't have any windows, but I still wanted to give it a little bit more contrast, I did use the metal beams here again to create that little edge around the shops and also on the sides of the building. But we will also be decorating the building some more with the slate from the conservation pack. Like, it's a super easy way to give an extra touch of detail to your buildings this way to make it less boring, if you ask me. So still trying to recover from the loss of our lovely Taz, I had this brilliant idea to name this restaurant building Taz Devil Restaurant as a little extra memory to Taz, and I think it just fits perfect for this area if you ask me. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree with me. And then we still had our eco-friendly memento gift shop that I didn't integrate in the restaurant building, and since we still have quite some space in between the Tasmanian devil habitat and the butterfly garden, I thought that would be a super nice spot to add the gift shop. And when I was trying to think how to integrate it or what kind of building to create for it, I realized it would be cool to have a little round building with some counters instead, and maybe even add an extra gift shop here. And it reminded me of my information stand of the African Mini Zoo franchise series that we did, which would just fit perfect in here. So I decided to grab that building and adjust it a little bit more to the island style that we have here, as it was very very much African themed, which is totally fine, of course. Like, we will add African animals in the zoo as well, and the shops can also sell African stuff, of course. So I didn't delete all the African buntings and such, but I did make sure the building would fit a little bit better in here by also adding some bamboo and such. So yeah, actually quite happy how this little building is looking after making some changes to it. And it definitely does look super nice in between the butterfly garden and Tasmanian devils. So when this little gift shop building was in place, it was time to decorate and fill up all the areas with a lot of big rock work everywhere, and by using a lot of the small aquatic rocks as well. Like, obviously I did. And then just adding tons of trees and bushes around the area, and also using a lot of the coastal pink flowers and stuff, because they do give that beautiful contrast with the pink flowers. Now, I do really love the Oceania Pack trees for it as well. Like, especially the silver fern is so beautiful. But I have to admit, like, filling up this area definitely took a lot more time than I planned to, but it definitely was worth it. But because it was a lot of doing the same things, like adding rocks and trees and bushes, I did cut out a lot of the rock and foliage work. So I do have to apologize here, because I know some of you asked me to keep more of that in, as you really love my foliage work and like to see more of it. And I wonder, like, are there more people that feel this way, or are there more people that feel like me, that if you have seen a little bit of the foliage work, it all feels more of the same and you don't really mind me to cut it out? That's at least how I feel. Like, it's so much of the same things, like, oh, people probably will get bored of that. So yeah, I really would love to know your feedback on this to get a better idea what more people think about this. So please do let me know in the comments down below. In case you guys missed it, I added this horse statue, and thank you so much, Tara, for pointing out to me that we did have this beautiful horse statue. Now, we still need to work on this plaza here with the fountain, but I think that horse statue is just so good in the middle of this fountain. So I really do love it. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Right, you can really tell the difference. I mean, this is now actually properly detailed and filled up, and oh my goodness, I just love it. If I had more time, I would definitely be just working all the way around here, but we still have habitats and stuff to add here, so we can't just fill everything up right now. This is a little information stand that looks super cute. I love the bamboo around it. We still have like these African details, but now we have this one. I don't know if you've seen this speed build, but I did add this one on top of the Tatch African things. I don't know, but it looks so good, doesn't it? It was actually an accident when I noticed it, and I was like, yes, this is so good. So we have the eco-friendly memento, and we have the eco-tastic hats right now. And it's so busy here, but we do need to add some more stuff in here as well. But first things first, let's just show you guys what we did. So we did remove the fencing now here around the butterfly garden and the tortoise habitat. And I did remove, oh man, I love it. I did move the animal talk. Oh gosh, how are you doing, Nick? You're just exhausted. The staff room is so far away. We need to look into that as soon as possible to make sure you not get overworked. But I did move it now because else it was like super close to the shop and it just didn't feel right. So having it right over here is just so much better, and you can tell the difference now when this is all filled up. We only have a little gate right over here. And underneath the no fencing, we have a lot of the elephant grass to make sure... Nick, you're so funny. But to make sure that the tortoise is obviously not able to escape. And this is just such a cute spot here. Anyways, let's continue. So we go right over here, and then we have the Tasmanian devil habitat on this side. And then we continue. Oh man, I'm just so in love with the foliage in here. It's so good. So on the left side, we do need to add a little rope here as well, I think. This is the keeper's entrance. And then we have the Tas Devil restaurant. So this is for the staff to go backstage to the keeper hut in the staff building. And oh, okay, that was okay. So here we have all the shops, and I think we definitely need to hire some more staff. Like, it did hire some staff automatically, which I did fire just to be sure that I won't be forgetting about them. And we have a little ATM here, we have a little toilet building, and I think it just looks so good here. We have these solar panels on top of here, and a lot of the picnic benches here of the conservation pack with a view. I mean, do I need to say more? This is just so gorgeous. And then we are here, you have like the beautiful palm tree. Well, it's actually a fern tree, but I don't know why I call it a palm tree. It's the silver fern from the Oceania pack. And little signs here just to give that extra touch of the Tasmanian devil restaurant. So we now have a proper entrance here for the education center, and we now have a nicely detailed area here to go to the research center. And what a difference does this make, you guys? I'm so in love with this area now. And here we have the solar panel here. So there is a path here with a little door. So the mechanic is able to walk through the door here, which obviously guests should not enter. And I think it just matches perfectly here with the building. It just works super well. And now with all the rocks here, it definitely just blends in super nicely with the island. And yeah, I'm just so happy with this whole area. Now that we are here at the Tasmanian devil habitat, I do want to check real quick on Pip, because how old is Pip right now? Pip is still an adult, 5.4 years old, but I feel like she is a little bit too old to make sure that we get another male in here. So I think we're just going to wait until Tiggy will grow up, and then we're gonna find a little boyfriend for Tiggy. So we need some name suggestions in the comments down below for the boyfriend of Tiggy, you guys. So if I'm correct, we added 3 extra shops now. So I'm going to hire 4 extra vendors. So this is Sam. This right over here is Matthew. Here we have Giovanni. And right here in the back is Christy. Welcome all to our staff team. And I did give everyone not a work zone. I want to see if this is going to help to make sure that the employees are spreading out more, and also to make sure that they're not going to use only this staff room in this area for so many people. Like, maybe if they're going to spread out a little bit to the other shops, they will be using this staff room as well and this staff room as well, and it will not be super busy in one area. So I'm just going to try and see if this is going to work. Little Forest is actually almost growing up. He is 1.1 years old right now, and Red Panda's become mature at 1.5 years old. So it's just a matter of time before Forest is going to be the second animal we are going to release in the wild. And I say that, but Lumi and Milo are actually already elderly. So I think we say that we should keep Forest and make sure that we are able to breed more red pandas with Forest from now on. Oh my goodness, that is such a hard choice, but I think that is the best thing to do. We do seem to have a little bit of a problem here, because I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is actually. The axolotl is constantly attracting protesters. However, I did make sure that maintenance is like every month, so it's as much as possible. But the last time since it has been done was 5 months ago. So the habitat is now pretty much just super dirty, and this is what is attracting protesters all the time. So yeah, just a little warning, if you have axolotls, they need a lot of help here from your keepers. Now, who do we have here? We have Sarah. She's going to do a talk of the iguana. Wait a second. I actually also had a message here of the iguana. Sylvia, animal is hungry. So the only thing that I can think of, even though if we look at our keepers, they do not have, well, okay, the energy of Christopher is super low. And then we have Josh here. But Josh is like super happy. He is energized. He says he has an efficient workload. But yet things are not going super well in the butterfly garden work roster. So the only thing I can think of is we just need to hire another keeper in here just to make sure that everything goes well. Because if we count, we have 5 exhibits and we have 1 habitat here for the tortoise and we have 1 butterfly exhibit. So So maybe with 3 people, it's easier for them to handle. I mean, they need to feed the animals, they need to clean the exhibits, they need to clean the habitats. Maybe just hiring 1 more keeper is going to do the trick here. So we just hired Wolf here and we're going to put you in the butterfly garden. Welcome to your staff team. I really do hope that you are able to help Christopher and Josh in here to make things go a little bit smoother and better regarding animal care. So we're counting on you here, Wolf. Now I am curious to see what the first thing is you are going to do. Prepare food for the prepare food for the iguana. Okay. Is this one still needs cleanliness? Oh my goodness, Wolf, I think this would have been the exhibit you would have gone to clean. Staff are having to queue for using the facility. What do we have here? Okay, that's a keeper hut. We don't have space to expand that. Do we have space to... No, there's a shop right over here as well. We do have quite some guests here, so we are not going to remove a shop. Is there anything else that we can do? Because this is definitely not ideal. I do have an idea though, because you probably didn't notice it, but I have electricity in here. But it's a solar panel, and solar panels do not work in a shelter. And I was like, oh my goodness, I just want to play around with like these mini solar panels. So yeah, we have everything powered already. And just for the idea, I did add some solar panels here, but they don't work. So sneaky me. I'm a little bit cheating here. And I'm going to use this now because I just feel like we're going to remove that one and we're going to add 1 more keeper hut in here because I think that is definitely going to help with our problem. Now I have my doubts because the only thing that is not going to help us is the fact that the staff room is going to be busy as well, and we definitely do need some more room here for some staff. So that is probably going to be a problem in the future, but for now I think having just 1 more keeper hut in the butterfly work zone is going to help, at least with the problem here with the busyness of the keepers. So every time that I walk around here and I see the fountain, I was like, I'm missing something here. VFXs, I really need to add those because it looks just so much better and it really brings the whole fountain to life, and it works so well with this beautiful horse. So just some small little details can change so much for a little fountain. And also I did add these beautiful signs here of the butterflies to give the guests more of an idea, like, okay, you are now entering a butterfly garden. Keep your eyes out to see these beautiful blue morpho and monarch flying around here. And I like it. It's such a cool little sign, and since it moves a little bit, it definitely gives a really nice ambiance here. Oh, look, we have Taylor here doing an animal talk here in the Tasmanian Devil Education Center. Oh, that looks so good with having all these guests right over here. Look how enthusiastic they are. Oh, they're right away going into the toilet right over here. So how are you guys doing right now? Oh, we have a message here. Oh wait, Tasmanian devils are hungry? You kidding me? Nutrition, lost meal quality 100. But wait a second, where is the keeper? Who is responsible for the Tasmanian devil? We have Paige right over here. Paige, okay, Paige is preparing food for the Tasmanian devils. Wait, is that you? Yes, okay. So you are going to prepare some meat in here for these guys. They will love that. That is what they eat, right? I'm curious what it says for the different types of food that they get. Processed meat, kibble, and eggs. Oh, that's very interesting. Wow, this was definitely... I actually don't know what kibble looks like, so I'm just curious. Like, what grade food do we have selected at the habitat right over here? We have grade 3, so that should be eggs. That did not look like eggs, though. Okay, but Hunger is saying, what? Shira is expecting offspring? Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with that. I was actually looking at these guys for like 10 minutes or something, be like, oh my goodness, please, please, please do something. But nothing happened. And now you guys are expecting offspring. That is just so freaking amazing. October year 31, so that's in 1 year from now. We're going to see some Amur leopard offspring, you guys. Oh, that's fantastic. This is it, you guys. Shira is about to get offspring. Like, why are you doing that right over here? Oh, look! There is one little cub here. Oh my gosh, you are a little male. Look how beautiful. Oh, you are so adorable. Look at that little face. Oh, I'm so excited to see you. Like, it's so hard to breed with the Amur leopard, but we actually were able to do this. Oh my gosh, you're so adorable. So thanks to all your name suggestions, we are going to call this little one Vulcan. Thank you all so much for all your amazing name suggestions. Definitely keep them coming for all other offspring that we are hopefully going to see in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce to you guys this baby foal girl. She is called Sunny, the daughter of Lucky, and I actually wanted to catch her being born, but unfortunately I was looking at Lucky and I thought, oh, she's falling asleep, so I have to wait. And then all of a sudden I noticed that she already gave birth to this little baby girl, and oh my goodness, isn't she beautiful? Like, I couldn't help myself. I just had to fast forward a little bit to see her being born. She is so gorgeous. I just can't get over how amazing the fur looks of these animals. They are so freaking beautiful. But I do need to apologize here because I had so many plans for this episode. Obviously adding the Komodo dragons, but also creating a kitchen garden and staff area at the rat pandas and the entrance, building a backstage area for the staff in between Przewalski's host habitat and the Amur leopards, an education area for the Przewalski's horses. But yeah, the restaurant and the area around the Tasmanian devil habitat took so much more time, but also definitely was worth the time I put into. So yeah, we will definitely be adding the Komodo dragons in the next episode then. And if you have any name suggestions for the Komodo dragons and any animal suggestions we could add in the tropical house we will build for them, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like at the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe of course if you haven't already. But yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!